was never playing for the under 18. Now it's 18 carat, that's another AP. 8 cribs in my...
Game 4, Eastern Semifinals. The Brooklyn Nets have a commanding 3-0 series lead. Is it time for their dreams to be realized? For their thirst to be quenched? Find out tonight as they do battle against the Heat. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue. Coming right up.
Welcome to 2K Sports and Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Semifinals. The playoff picture really coming into focus now. Brian Anderson here alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. So a look at our starters for the Heat. They've got Davion Mitchell. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks, and it's Ware in at the center position. And for Brooklyn, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3. You take a look at Miami. Hard to believe what we've witnessed in this series. A total beatdown, which has them on the ropes.
Yeah, tonight on the road could absolutely be the knockout blow. Everything's stacked up against them. They don't look like they have anything left in the tank.
Here's Burks, and he drives in. Rebound Brooklyn. And they've been looking very strong here in the postseason. Going undefeated now, 7 games in a row. Had a nice rest after round 1. And a chance tonight to close out and punch a ticket to the conference finals.
They are definitely playing excellent basketball, both sides of the ball. But as we've seen before, the closeout games are the toughest. They're in a commanding position, but tonight could be the toughest battle they've had so far.
Now here's Claxton. Hey, expanding his range. And the Nets, another 3.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordy Fernandez. We chatted about strategy against Andrew Wiggins, and coach put it simply. He said, quote, "We just got to stay on him at the arc on the inside. We can't let him give our defenders the slip. So the defense is going to try to stay as glued to nimble Wiggins as possible for this one."
Thank you for that, Allie. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
All right, man. It's time for the dance now. Get ready. You're on the big screen. That's what to look for. Nice try. Nice offense there.
A full line change here for Brooklyn.
What's there for you? Substitutions on the court.
Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
They set a pick. Back to Mitchell. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Ooh, he got a little ahead of himself there, and it cost him dearly.
Timmy. And the 3 off target.
You knew eventually they were going to miss one. At least you hope.
Pass to Wiggins. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Clowney in transition. Here they come. Fires in the triple.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
Now here's Mitchell. Pass to Adebayo. Sharp with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Clowney, good. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for Brooklyn.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Hero, he's checked in for Burks. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's Mitchell, the miss. Nets leading by 18. Johnson for three. Claxton passes to Williams. Now Johnson, pounded by Adebayo. Williams from long range. And the Nets, another three.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Thomas against Hero. And it's Mitchell penetrating. Here's Ware. Kicks it to Hero. To the middle. They need this. And it's Ware missing. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Wiggins. Brooklyn pulls it in. Now Williams. Pass to Thomas. This one for three. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Hero. 1:03 left in the first. And he's all alone. And here's Thomas from the arc. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
Fast break, Brooklyn. Johnson finds Russell. Jacks up a three. He buries it from three. Russell's got his second bucket on the night.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Here's Hero. Claxton with a rebound. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Russell deciding where to go with it. Wing shot on the way. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Claxton's got 8.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And here's Thomas from the arc. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum-rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Cam Thomas getting it done for Brooklyn. Clicking from deep. 4 threes made in the quarter. Back to the game after this break. And welcome back, folks, for more Eastern Conference semifinal action. And guys, the Nets pretty much in control here.
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Thomas is gone, 4 for 4 from deep. Can't ask for a better start than that. On the court for Miami here in the second. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then there's Kyle Anderson. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Jovic in at the 5. And that's a foul called on Trendon Watford. That's his first foul. Here's Jovic. Outside, Anderson. 5 to shoot. They set the pick. Sharp grabs a miss.
They say it's a make or miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Burks against Johnson. And here's the fast break. He launches a 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
It's a one-on-one situation for 3. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Hero, the pass to Burks. Here he goes. That one's off. Still out of sync. The Nets have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Watford. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Jovic. Brooklyn pulls it in.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Thomas, that's good.
I just love the ball movement.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
On the attack, Hero. Anderson passes to Hero. Outside Burks. Clock at 6. Melton with the ball. Now Burks defending. And here come the Nets again. Brooklyn in the fast break. And Melton is good for 3.
Another turnover leads to another bucket at the other end.
Melton on the double. And so the ball out of bounds. Hero touched it last.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
For Brooklyn, Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. The Nets have gotten each of their 6 shots to fall here in the second. Cranes the triple. Thomas has got 6 here in the quarter.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. To win the drought. And Watford pulls it down. The Nets have gone an outstanding 7 of 7 so far in the second quarter. Pass to Thomas. Shot is up. The 3. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
For Miami, they've got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. Outside Robinson. Hero with it. He's against Watford. Hero, no good. The Nets have gotten all 8 shots to go. A perfect second quarter so far. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Hero against Russell. Plays out, and stolen by Claxton. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn from deep. Melton. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got 3 assists tonight.
Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
And here are the Nets now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Here's Thomas for 3, and the Nets another 3.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Back to Hero. Off the mark, and the drought continues. The 3 from Russell. Drills it from deep. Russell's got 9.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Brooklyn out in front, running away with it. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
Whoa, I love seeing a team spread the ball around like this. The difference in assists is the difference in this game right now, Ernie.
This is one of those just keep doing what you're doing. If they can, I expect this lead to grow. Looking at how the Nets are doing in this series. Well, guys, safe to say they're in cruise control right now.
At this point, Ernie, all they got to do is keep the car on the road, man. Just don't go off to the left or right. Just keep on keeping on.
Don't let up. Keep your foot on the gas. Take this thing across the finish line.
Sure, I'm glad you were able to drive home those points. It's so good. Yeah,
see what you did with that one, Ernie.
It's unbelievable. It's a gift.
It is.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
Happy to have you back with us for the Eastern Conference Semifinals on 2K Sports. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Mitchell. Yet to see a basket. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams in at small forward. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Knocked away. And stolen by Claxton. He puts up a 3. Counted from distance. He's got 11. Deflected. And that'll be Miami's ball as it goes out of bounds. Heat able to keep the possession.
Let's just say that was an ill-advised pass there. Very close to a turnover.
So it's Miami now. Now here's Mitchell. Adebayo, a screen on Russell. Here's Mitchell. Russell with the rebound. Russell's got 4 rebounds now. Williams passes to Thomas. From the arc. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Thomas. Thomas has got 3 assists tonight. That's tipped. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Here's Mitchell. It's deflected. Thomas with the ball. He's got 21. Claxton. And the Nets tack on 2 more.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Claxton's gotten everything to go. 5 attempts, 5 makes. Stolen by Russell. Up top, Johnson. Counted by Adebayo. And the Nets, another 3.
And getting out in transition has really helped fuel this run.
And it's Miami's ball. Nothing yet for him here in the third quarter. Williams from long range. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And right now, that's 5 buckets in a row. Looking like a well-oiled machine coming out of the break.
Mitchell, the pass to Wiggins. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Williams. And Williams punches it home.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Miami Heat. Outside Burks. And here's Wiggins. Back to Burks. Over Claxton. That one a little long.
I don't know if you can credit the defense for that. It was just a missed opportunity.
Here's Williams. And the Nets tack on 2 more.
He's looked practically unstoppable this quarter. The defense, yeah, well, they haven't had many answers for him.
Russell against Mitchell. Out to the right wing. Here's Adebayo. Rejected by Claxton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Claxton. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
You know that block has him and his teammates all pumped up. That is what playoff basketball is all about.
So for Miami, Anderson's checked in for Adebayo, and Tyler Hero subbed in for Mitchell. Doubled by Watford. Just 5 to shoot. And we're going to have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
.143 left in the third quarter. The 3 is up. And Johnson is good for 3. Johnson's got 9 points.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Has to Ware with the drive. No good again that time. For Brooklyn, they've gotten off to an incredible start in this half. 8 of 8 from the floor. Sends it home from three-point land.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Now here's Burks. Still without a bucket. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And they're able to recover. Burks against Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Has to Ware. With the floater. Wiggins outside. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Yeah, this is the elevated energy level you expect in the postseason. Chasing down blocks and making an impact.
Robinson for 3. Miami, no good that time either.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Again, the Nets score.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Now here's Robinson. Misses from close range. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Johnson for three. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And 3/4 of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Nets out in front, delivering the blowout. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. They've got Duncan Robinson. He's out there with Tyler Hero. Kevin Love out there with Kyle Anderson. And it's Jovic in at the power forward position. Great positioning on the putback.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And here's Hero. Melton on the double. Outside Robinson. Anderson passes to Hero. Brooklyn pulls it in.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
On target from range.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits.
Now here's Hero. Pass to Love. Back to Hero. Shot clock at 6. Love passes to Robinson. Anderson for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Watford's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Wilson. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
This is why you always have to chase guys off the arc, because everyone has a three-point shot now.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
As the game has gone on, they've had trouble protecting the rock.
So the Nets making a switch here. Martin's checked in. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Outside Mitchell. Pass to Ware. Watford's checked in for Martin.
Coming up on the floor for your Knicks, number 9, Trendon Watford.
Here's Adebayo. It's Wiggins on the wing. Inside. Shot clock at 5. Can they get it? And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Lewis is checked in for Brooklyn.
Number 27, 12, Lewis.
Brooklyn has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Melton outside. Outside Johnson. From deep. Gets the 3 to fall.
And their strategy is obvious. manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Now here's Mitchell. Out to the wing. The rebound by Melton. Here's Brooklyn. 11 unanswered points for him. Lewis. Let's go with a three. He drops it from range. Lewis has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. For Miami, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Pass to Ware. Mitchell deciding where to go with it. That one's wide left.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Now here's Mitchell. The 11-footer got a piece of it. Johnson for three. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them. These guys really stepped up and played their hearts out to finish the series on their terms. So it's going to be on to the next round for the Nets.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
They just owned this series from the start. A clean sweep and a dominant showing from them.
Yeah, super impressive. They took a hold of this series from the jump and just never took their foot off the accelerator.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Cloudy, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Wilson comes in for Lewis. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Johnson for three. And he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Here's Clowney. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They got a big lift from the crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Burke's no good. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue. Since halftime, they have been efficient and effective, making Coach very happy.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
And when you're attempting to make a comeback, it's so hard to overcome those kind of mistakes. 20 seconds.
Outside Sharp. From deep, Johnson knocks it down from distance.
During this final quarter, he's erupted from outside the arc. Just assume every three he takes now is going in.
And the Brooklyn Nets will move on. It's a clean sweep. They have no issues winning the series. They're off to the conference finals.
And they're playing with such confidence. I think they might be playing the best basketball of anyone in the league. They're a force. They never gave up on themselves. Everyone gave 110%. And they slowly but surely fought their way back.
Time for us to say so long. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage during the second round of the NBA Eastern Conference playoffs. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Keon Johnson.